the music off. How are we doing? I'm hoping that you're good. Let's hoping that you can see me here nicely now. Let me know in the comments if you can see me. We are today looking at, we are broadcasting on Facebook as well at the same time today. This is the first simultaneous broadcast I'm doing. Let's just see if I can get these layers sorted out. Let's get this a little bit larger, shall we? There we go. Oh, and a little bit bigger like that. Let's see if we can get that in. There we go. All right, welcome. This is a happy Valentine's Day live stream here today. I'm Saab Johal. It's February 14th here in New Zealand. It may not quite be February 14th where you are today. I'm going to be here for an hour or so, and let's see what we can get through this morning. I'm really pleased to be here. This is my first live stream of 2025. I'm not sure how your year's been going, but mine's been going kind of like a little bit strange, but kind of a little bit good, a little bit not so great. Bit much like everyday life, I reckon. That's where we are with things. So yeah, 2025 live streaming here today on YouTube and on my Facebook page as well, which is also called Pocket Cams. If you haven't seen that, then have a check that out and join up there, and you'll see all kinds of different things. A lot of what's going on in the YouTube channel as well. All right, so welcome. Where are you? What's the weather doing where you are? I'm not sure there's many people here on the live stream yet. We've had a couple of people come and kind of go in and out, and the longer that I go on, it tends to be the longer, the more people kind of like come into the room, to the point where last time I was here doing a live stream, I started off just thinking, oh, I'll just do kind of like a 45 minute live stream. I was here for almost 2 hours, which is when the live stream timer kind of like finishes on the software that I'm using. That's quite a long time. So yeah, I was quite amazed by that. That was amazing to hear that. So that was fantastic. Now, if you are here, just let me know that you can hear me okay. The mic thingy is telling me that it's working. Just checking everything else is working okay as well. So yeah, just let me know everything is working all right. Yep, it says the DJI Mic Mini is the audio that I'm using. Haven't used this software for about 8 weeks. It's been a while since I did my last live stream. Like I say, the one that went on for about 2 hours. So yes, happy Valentine's Day. It is the 14th here in New Zealand, and we will be talking about what's going on in the Pocket Cam world. I am in Wellington in New Zealand. It is kind of like mid to late summer now. We've got maybe a little bit of summer left to go, but in Wellington in New Zealand, February and March tend to be like the best months. So it is a bright blue sunshiny day here today. I'm going to go and watch a bit of cricket later on this afternoon, which is going to be cool. But I'm also going to be recording one of those 360 immersive videos. I'll be doing that around about the kind of like the cricket ground, and I'll take you a little bit into town, and I'll show you my favorite coffee shop as well, which is just lovely. I really love it in there. So if you are around, let me know where you are, what you're doing. I'll be checking in the comments, and I'll shout you out and bring you up on screen. So let me know as soon as you've got something to say. I encourage you just to let me know who you are, where you are, and what the weather's doing where you're at. Now, my year started off a little bit weird. When I did that 2-hour live stream broadcast, I ended up losing my voice, and I lost it entirely for a whole week. And then it went on for a while as well with a really kind of weak voice for quite a long time. So I had to go and see the doctor about it. And they told me I had something they thought was something called thunderstorm asthma. And they were saying that a lot of people were suffering with it this year in Wellington and around the place in New Zealand. There's a lot of pollen around here at the moment. So I'm not sure if it's kind of like summer where you are, or if you're in the States or the UK or in Europe. It's probably deepest winter still for you. Just kind of, you might start seeing the emergence of spring around this time. But yeah, it's been pretty bad pollen here this year. And there's been a lot of people struggling with allergies too. So not a great start to the year for me. That wasn't fantastic. So it's been a little bit better, but still not great. I'm still taking the meds for trying to kind of reduce my histamine reaction to all that pollen. And if I'm honest, I'm going to try and keep this down to about 40-45 minutes because there was zero voice again for me a couple of days ago. And my voice does degrade. It still doesn't feel right now. There's a lot of kind of like phlegmy, mucusy stuff like in my system. And I think a lot of it is kind of like sitting on my voice box, which is not great at all. And you may even be able to tell with some of my recorded videos of late, my voice is not quite as strong as it normally is. Now, that's, they think, is entirely due to the kind of like all the stuff that's going on in my body and the kind of the clagginess of the mucus and the phlegm collecting on my vocal cords. Yum. So yeah, that's a really nice thing. I'm just having a cup of tea just to keep myself lubricated as we go through the live stream today. So welcome all you people from YouTube, all you people from Facebook as well. Drop me a comment, let me know where you are, who you are, what the weather's doing where you are. I know there's at least a few people here now. So yeah, let's chat. So yeah, that's been my healthy kind of like stuff. Let me know how your year has started off in 2025. There's a lot going on around the world, but we'll not necessarily go into that. It's more about, I'm interested in what's going on for you. Yeah, so like there's some big news for Pocket Cams. I have been going with this brand now for a wee while. And so I am curious about what people are thinking about it. Let me just check. I put a poll up on my YouTube channel the other day. I think it was just yesterday, in fact, just to ask people what they thought about TechPacker, which is my previous brand, and Pocket Cams. And it looks like Pocket Cams is winning. People prefer Pocket Cams to the TechPacker, 82% to 18%. So that's kind of good. I'm pleased about that. There is a little bit of me that kind of like misses kind of like the TechPacker kind of content, but I'll tell you what I'm doing about that. My long form content is very much going to be about cameras, recording and sharing your life. So it'll be the same old sort of like cameras, mic tips, reviews, comparisons, but also be kind of like scanning the market and making recommendations as well, because I don't have all the money to buy all the things, but I do have enough experience for me to kind of like point out what might be good for kind of like a beginner or an intermediate or somebody who's like really, really experienced on things. So I will keep you abreast of everything that's going on in the kind of like Pocket Cam world. But in the shorts for my channel, I will be covering a broader range of tech and travel. So that's going to be like my little playground, I think. That's where I'm going to be really just kind of like doing what I feel like doing and experimenting with a few different things. So yeah, that's going to be how I'm going to be dealing with the channel. All right, so there's people coming in and out at the moment. Welcome, welcome. Happy Valentine's Day. If you are on this side of the date line. If not, happy Valentine's Day for tomorrow. It is February the 14th here in New Zealand. Maybe a bit early for wherever you are at the moment. But yeah, welcome, welcome. Tell me who you are, where you are right now. All right, so that's what's been going on my thoughts about the channel. I'm going to be traveling to Japan again. I'm going in, let me see, 13 days time. I'm leaving to go to Japan, which is going to be fantastic. I'm really, really looking forward to that. I've started booking some stuff ages ago. Got all my accommodation sorted out. This time the furthest out from Tokyo, where I'm going to be basing myself again. I'm going to be going up to Hakone, which is like a volcanic region. And I'll be staying in a place called Gotemba. And then from there, I'm going to be heading out towards the Fuji 5 Lakes area, which is beautiful. So you're going to get some really nice views of Fuji. Hopefully there will still be snow on the top of Fuji, so I'll get some good views. And we'll get some clear days when I'm there as well, which will be absolutely lovely. I've not been close to Fuji. I've been past it on a kind of like a zoom by on a bullet train on the Shinkansen. So I'm looking forward to doing that. That'll be fantastic. Yeah, so welcome, welcome. Yeah, not many people around today. So I'm just going to kind of like keep going for another sort of like 5 minutes or so. If there's nobody up for it today, then I might zip out early. There's a couple of people just come in now. So yeah, I've got Japan. And then I have got, when I get back from Japan, I have less than a month to the next trip, which is going to be me on my own with our 3 girls. Unfortunately, my wife's not going to be able to make this trip because it's hard for her to get that much time and leave to take off. So it's going to be me with a 5-year-old, 7-year-old, and a 14-year-old. So yeah, your thoughts and prayers are very welcome around how I'm going to manage that trip in a small, very small 1930s semi-detached house with my aging parents. So yeah, the way we are going to manage that is I've booked a very cheap Premier Inn down the road every third or fourth night, so we can just zip over there and get a little bit of respite time, just ease the pressure off on what's going on in the house for everybody. So yeah, that's going to be my April. I'm going to be mostly in the UK, and then I'll be back in New Zealand for May and June before we all go off to the Gold Coast in Australia for the first time to go and visit my in-laws there as a family, which is going to be really, really fun. So that's my brother-in-law's family, which is going to be great. All right. So yeah, that's been so that's my plans for that's where I'm thinking about with the channel. That's what I'm thinking about in terms of travel right now. And then a few different things have been happening on the channel. The first one is that you'll remember sort of like middle of last year, I was experimenting with kind of outsourcing my editing. And I realized that this was not really doing it for me. And I made a video about it. You can find it on my channel. Partly I realized that I do really quite like the editing process. But part of it was like, it just really wasn't a good fit with the editing service that I used. It just took a lot of work, more work than and then checking it with other people, it just seemed like they thought it was a lot of work that I was doing with this editor. It shouldn't be this difficult. But the good news is that I decided I was going to give it another try this year. One of my things this year was that I was going to try and do more sharing. You know, you kind of like come up with like a theme for the year. And this year is going to be sharing. So I wanted to kind of like get out there a little bit more in various different ways. And one of the things that's going to enable me to do that is by outsourcing my editing. So I was like, well, I'm going to try and find a decent editor. And I shortlisted a few. I tried a few different ones. Had kind of like, you know, onboarding calls with them. Got the kind of like the feel as to kind of whether they were going to be suitable for me and my style, what I wanted. But I eventually landed on one, which actually looked a really good fit for me. And the happy news is that it's been great. They've been really, really good. You'll have seen the last long form videos, the last 2 long form videos I've done has been me and that editor working together. And they've been absolutely fantastic. I'll make another video about that. And as the relationship and the videos start coming out, I'll stick a link at the bottom of those descriptions so you can see who I'm using in terms of the service. But I'm just going to keep that on the download for now. Let's just see how the next few videos kind of like work out. So I'm really pleased about how this is working out. That's really fantastic. Let's just change this over. So that's the editor that I'm using on my channel, and the fact that I am using an editor again is very freeing. The workflow is going really, really well. They're reliable, they're consistent. All of the things that wasn't happening with the last editing service that I used, it's all working really, really well this time. So that's really, really rewarding and lovely to see. And making a big difference to kind of like how I'm working. Although it is quite a lot of work for me to kind of like, you know, at the beginning of using an editor, there's a lot of kind of like relationship building, workflow building, understanding how this is going to work within your working week. The other huge big thing, if you are, by the way, if you are on the channel, please drop me a comment where you are, what you're doing. It'd be great to hear from you. The other really, really big thing is that I've started publishing videos on Primal Video. Now, I love Primal Video. I've been a member of Primal Video since like 2019. Most years, apart from the time when I was kind of like spent a lot of time off during the pandemic because I had a lot of work to do that wasn't YouTube. But as soon as I got back onto YouTube again, I was back in again. It's so valuable. And love Justin and Mike's work and the whole team over there. And yeah, I'm now publishing videos with them. So the first one came out last week, doing pretty well. and the next one is going to be coming out soon. Can't tell you what it is yet, but it is going to be good. And I'm looking forward to sharing it with you here on the channel as well. So that's going to be great. So I'm really, really enjoying that. Okay, there's not many people sticking around today, so I'm just going to kind of like probably call it a halt there. It's been 19 minutes. Um, I'll stop there for a while, and we will maybe try and do this again another day. If you have been here, if you watch this on replay, drop me a comment. Drop me a comment as to whether you'd be interested in coming along to another live stream. But otherwise, I might try this in a couple of weeks' time. All right, I'll see you there.